Hey everybody, we're back again. Dad won't be here tomorrow, which would be Friday, so we're doing two today. And I went and changed because when I exercise, I change out of my exercise clothes. So today's topic, well, Friday's topic will be B movies. Now, let me tell you before this one starts talking, he watches the worst movies ever. And he'll watch them tons and tons of times. They are the worst. The worst. They suck. Just, ugh! My mom and I were like, the hell? Go ahead, Dad. Take it.
First of all, B movies are something again that I grew up on in the 50s and 60s, actually, when the black and white movies were the rage of television, which is what we all had back then. For those of you who are old enough to remember, the Saturday serials that came on were the staples for us because that was our chance to escape reality and see a Superman or a Tarzan or a Rocket Man. I mean, all those black and white serials that came on that kept you enthralled. When you couldn't go to the movie, you had black and white TV to watch. So I grew up on heroes like a guy you have to look up again, John Hunt. Chester Gould, I believe his name is. A few other characters who became the heroes for us. Later on in the 60s, when Superman became more of a popular character, George Reeves, the first flying Superman that was a hero, stood on the
I remember George Reeves, so that was
on
okay.
the Daily Planet building with his hands on his waist and his cape was flapping, and he was everybody's hero. The B movies that my daughter's referring to nowadays are of an entirely different genre. I have to admit, I have a friend, Roger Keaton, who's also retired, like myself, and we live for these things. I mean, we'll stay up all night watching B movies because they're funny. They're not the computer-generated sci-fi that you get today that has all the glamour and glitz and the green screens behind you. These were creative directors and producers like Ed Wood, for example, who made the worst movie ever made, Plan 9 from Outer Space.
See?
I love it. It's great. But you get to see theater on camera, where they had a low budget, a really low budget, making what they consider to be good cinema. The original Godzilla, although it wasn't a B movie, it was a great movie in black and white. You had a lot of different themes that came about primarily after the first atomic explosion. People theorized that the release of atomic energy would cause mutations that would create all kinds of havoc on Earth, and they used that as a theme to get characters and villains and heroes.
There's really no excuse for that. There's really no excuse.
They may not have been the best acted movies, but they were fun. In those days, they terrorized people like your Twilights and your other spooky movies that come out today that aren't really spooky at all. I mean, if you grew up in the time that I grew up, you watch this stuff nowadays, and you can predict the plots, you can predict the character, you can predict the antagonist and the protagonist. Yeah, they're entertaining, but not like the stuff we grew up on back in those days.
So basically, his movies that he's watching now, just imagine the Sci-Fi Channel and the suckiest movies on the Sci-Fi Channel. This one will find and watch repeatedly, over and over again.
I love them. And there are some movies that are so bad I won't even watch them twice. But
yes, you will. Yes,
you
will.
Those.
Yes, you will.
By the way, the last time I got scared watching a movie, actually scared, was watching The Exorcist when it came out. I think
because it was
those
a
of
good
you
movie.
Who saw it for the first time and have subsequently watched the original Exorcist can identify with the theme when it came out, I guess, in 1973.
It was a good movie.
People say it scared the bejesus out of you. Yeah, it did. It really did. But it was fun.
Movie.
And ever since then, sci-fi and horror and other things like that and thrillers have been what I live for. It's better than that reality crap that comes on TV nowadays. They have a reality show for everything.
Dad, you're getting angry.
Sorry.
You're getting angry. Basically, I watch the horror movies. I don't watch reality. Forget that. But the horror movies that really have gotten me were Paranormal Activity, the first one.
First one was good.
It was very good.
First one was good.
And it's not a horror movie, but it's a sci-fi. The first Alien. That scared.
First Alien was great.
And Prometheus is pretty good too.
Prometheus is excellent. You should watch that if you haven't seen it.
So, B movies. Blame him.
Yeah, I love them.
Blame him. So, have a great weekend. Well, we'll see you Saturday. You'll probably be watching a movie anyway.
That's what I live for.
Later, guys.
Bye, y'all.